It's good to have you on board. Nice to see you again.
Always good to be here.
Our first owner. Good to have you, Dave. Loren Greenspon, we want to welcome, the owner of a normally very busy Tuffy Tire and Auto Service Center in downtown Chicago. Car sales are down. People who own cars aren't on the road, meaning fewer repairs. So how have you been handling your business?
Very carefully. Very carefully. We've just been doing what we can, servicing the vehicles that we get, and just trying to keep my guys in the shop and getting paid.
So, Loren, I was thinking, fixing cars is a team sport. Generally, more than one person is at the car, and you're in such close quarters there. How are you managing? I mean, you're essential business. How are you managing this in a world of social distancing?
Yeah. Very early on, we had a shop meeting, and we all came to the understanding and agreement that we're a family just the same. And we all came to the agreement that we would come to work and we would go home. And, if we had to go shopping or anything, we would tell each other, hey, I had to go to the store this weekend. And, if anybody was showing any symptoms or feeling sick, they would stay home and go see the doctor. And so far, we've been very lucky.
Now, that must be tough, though, because to some extent, you're sort of betting your business on the fact that this family, your employees are all going to follow the social distancing rules that you've asked them to do. That's quite a bet you're making.
Yes, it is. And from a customer-facing perspective, it's much easier, to follow those social distancing guidelines. In the back shop, like you said, auto repair, sometimes is a collaborative effort. And so my guys can't maintain that 6-foot distance that has been recommended. That's why, we did take it very seriously that we are going to treat this as a close-knit family.
Yeah.
Loren, we're just looking at a graphic that shows since opening on May 1st, new cases in Illinois are up 66%. Now, the good news is testing has been up 90%. But what do you find from your consumer as we are seeing the case number continue to grow there?
It's interesting. We were just talking about this in the shop today. This week, it seems like there's been a change in attitude. For the past 2 months, the streets have been dead. The sidewalks have been dead. Nobody wanted to go out. And then this week, all of a sudden, it's like someone flipped a switch and the roads were busy. The sidewalks were full of people running, walking. Everybody's, maintaining their distance, but they want to get outside.
Loren, I know that, it looks like maybe business is coming back, but your company was saved because of the government programs, the disaster relief program and the PPP. And I'm wondering, you are out there in middle America talking to your customers, talking to your employees. What is going on in Washington, D.C. that the policy is being set by politicians and large company owners instead of people like you? I mean, why aren't we asking people like you what you need?
That's a very good question. I think a lot of the policies are being set with good intentions, but the execution is lacking because there is no input from the small business owner. I don't have a big lobby group. I don't have the ability to call and get my congressman on the phone and get my pet projects funded. I'm basically at the mercy of what the federal government was able to do. I was very lucky that my funding came through early on. I was able to keep my doors open and keep my team employed. But if the federal government really wanted to take care of small business, they would talk to small business owners.
Yeah.
Dave Dodson, it sounds like you're still pretty critical of the government response on small business, even though they were able to add more funding to reach more small businesses.
Well, what I think is that, you look at Loren's business, and Loren's business was saved from a government program that had elements of a good design. The problem was, for every Loren that got a loan, what about all the ones that didn't get a loan? And that's the part that I'm concerned about. And the way the PPP loan was structured, so that the money has to be used in a certain way or you don't have forgiveness. Well, that's okay for big companies who have huge payrolls, but there's a lot of companies out there that don't have huge payrolls. They need that money for something other than payroll. And that's where I just wish government would reach out and talk to people like Loren and ask them what they need.